time to begin. I wonder where Tony is. Tony, where are you?
It's so hot and humid.
Oh my goodness.
I can't take it. This weather is unbearable.
You better turn on the air conditioner.
Nope, can't afford it.
You're so wet.
Yeah. It's too hot.
Wow, you're back. And you're so dry.
Yeah. For now, it's the white time. I'm Tony.
And I'm Amanda.
Today we're going to talk about heat and humidity. Ugh, they're just awful. And it's that time of year now when we're in the summer. It's horrid.
It is.
There are some places in the States that are relatively dry. They have kind of a dry heat.
Well, we're supposed to be halfway in that.
Well, Colorado, certain places of it, especially where I lived for about 10 years down in Pueblo, it's got a dry heat. It gets really hot, but there's not much humidity there at all. Arizona, again, that's kind of a dry heat. It gets very hot there, but not much humidity. But here in Sterling, we're kind of in a valley where we pick up both the heat and the humidity, and it's just horrid. I mean, a lot of days this year, at least, we've had about 98% humidity.
That's because we've had so much rain and so much flooding.
Yeah. So we wanted
Tony,
to go through 8 ways today on how you can beat the humidity.
Well, I think you should just turn on the air conditioner and pump that bad boy up.
Just stay in the house the whole time and never leave.
That's right.
Yeah, that's one way to get away from it.
An expensive way to get away from it, but...
Yeah, and we don't always use our air conditioner. It's not always a cost-effective way, but there's times that you have to.
Yeah.
Thankfully, this year we haven't gone to that point yet, but it's getting real close.
Yes.
So, number 1, drink. This is really important.
Yes.
When it's so hot out, and especially when there's humidity out, you're losing tons and tons of water through sweating.
But you do have to be careful not to have too much water because you can deplete things in your body. So,
and that's actually what I was going to go over here is, so what you're talking about is electrolytes.
Yes.
And those are important. I mean, obviously you can get Gatorade or different sports drinks and drink those.
Those are so unhealthy.
Yeah, but one thing they warn against is you should not drink a lot of sugars. And the reason is it's unhealthy for your body, but it'll actually make you even more thirsty.
Dehydrated, yeah, definitely.
So stay away from the sugars. Normally the sports drinks, they do have less sugar than, pop and different drinks, but it's still not good for you. You can get electrolytes on your own, and there's actually a better source of them from foods rather than liquids.
But a lot of times you're not very hungry when you are so hot and it's so humid, you don't want to eat. And so the best thing that you could do is add a little bit of Celtic sea salt to your water.
Yep. And that really helps. Why Celtic sea salt? Because it's better than table salt. Table salt, after the manufacturing process and refining and dumping all kinds of chemicals in it, leaves you with about 2 to 3 minerals that was originally in the salt to begin with. Whereas Celtic sea salt, they don't use that process. It's still totally fine to eat, and it has, I think, somewhere around 80 or so minerals in there, and so that's really healthy. So if you just take a pinch of it and put it in a glass of water and drink that, it can really help to kind of level out the electrolyte balance in your body. So some of the main electrolytes that your body needs is potassium, sodium, magnesium, and calcium. And of course there's others, but those are kind of the main ones. Some foods that you can get electrolytes from as well, definitely fruits and vegetables. Raw is best, but you can actually get it from canned and frozen too.
Organic raw is the best that you can get.
Yep, and then you don't have all that pesticide junk sitting on there. Corn, carrots, green peas, bread, milk, and of course fruit are all items that you can get a lot of electrolytes from.
I know bananas and sweet potatoes are very big with potassium.
And also, if you're a big exerciser, drinking or eating more electrolytes will actually help with that. It'll result in less cramping, increased stamina, and less soreness after you exercise, especially if you drink it like right before bed.
Oh.
And then you get up in the morning, you'll have a lot less of those bad effects from drinking more electrolytes.
I was actually getting some of that muscle cramping and stuff. So.
And here's one thing they say not to do right after you've exercised or during exercise: do not drink an abundance of water.
I don't do that.
And the reason is because your body has been so strenuous in exercising, it can't effectively absorb the electrolytes right after exercise. So drink a couple of sips, but then let your body rest and then drink the electrolytes.
Does it say for about how long?
No, I would say maybe half hour.
That's what I was thinking.
Somewhere in there, just to kind of cool down. Number 2, light clothing. And light in both the color. If you wear dark clothing, that can actually attract heat to your body. And then light as in light fitting. You don't want tight fitting clothes. You don't want heavy clothes.
Right.
All that will just make you sweat more and lose more water.
The sweating is good.
It is good for your body, but you don't want to lose excessive amounts.
True.
And again, that's when you need to go back and drink water and electrolytes. They do say, it's kind of weird in the dark clothing area, Arabs will actually wear dark clothing. And they have for generations. And they have dark tents. They actually believe that dark clothing and dark tents are beneficial as long as there's a little bit of wind in the air. If the air is stagnant, light clothing is best, but if there's at least a 10-mile-an-hour wind, it somehow it has to do with the radiation of the sun. The radiation can penetrate through the light clothing better and therefore make you hotter. Whereas with the wind, the dark clothing will actually absorb some of the heat from your body, and then the wind will kind of brush it away.
Okay.
So just something to consider. There's debate about what is actually best, light versus dark, but the Arabs seem to have it down, living in the desert all the time.
That would be a little too warm.
Number 3, eating freshly. This is really important during the hot and humid summer. Lots of fruits and vegetables to stay hydrated, especially find those that have a lot of water in them, like watermelon.
Yes.
Different types of melons. Lettuce is really good. It's got a lot of water in it. Your immune system will be increased. Cooked is okay, but raw is best. And make sure you definitely get a lot of vitamin C in your diet. Number 4, style your hair. So if you have long hair, and especially if it's resting down around your neck, that can be really hot.
Yeah, heavy.
And if you've got a ponytail here, that can really help because it brings the hair off of your neck and it relieves a lot of that heat that you would get with the hair otherwise resting. So that's important to do. Sweating a lot from the head can actually give you a headache.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Wow.
And it can even give you lethargic feelings if you sweat a lot from your head. So just something to know.
Those are all really good tips. And I think also from growing up, we didn't have an air conditioner, and so we would keep our blinds pulled for the majority of the day, and that would help keep
you keep that beating sun out.
Yeah.
I think my grandparents used to take a bowl of ice and they'd set a fan right behind it.
Oh.
And you would blow that into the room, and that's essentially what an air conditioner does.
Right. Yeah.
It has the coils filled with the cold freon and a fan blowing against them. So if you don't have an air conditioner, that's definitely one way that you can kind of cool off a little bit.
Or if you have a basement, the basement tends to be a couple of degrees cooler
that's
than...
the preferred hideout in the summer.
Definitely.
Yeah, should move our whole room down there.
It's warm upstairs, but downstairs it's a lot cooler.
Number 5, no oils. Oils can actually coat your skin, coat your pores, and actually cause you not to sweat properly, and that can be really unhealthy. So if you clog your pores, your body is not relieving that heat, and that's how your body naturally relieves its heat, is it sweats.
So then, are you talking about like lotions and...
Yep. So they say stay away from
fragrances and...
from sunscreens, moisturizers, and makeup that contain a lot of oil, because they can plug pores.
Okay.
Number 6, exercising too much is bad. A lot of people love their exercise routine. You love to exercise.
I do. Yeah.
But you have to be careful, especially in the summer. Especially if you're one of those people that like to go outside and run. That can be really dangerous. I've seen people running, 90 degrees plus down the street, and you can end up with heat stroke and other
definitely.
Issues. So you've got to be really careful.
Early in the morning.
Or late at night.
Yeah.
When it's kind of cooled off. Or a couple other things you can do is stay inside. Maybe get a treadmill, go to the gym, or you can actually take up swimming in the summer instead of maybe
swimming.
Biking or running. That can be a good idea too.
Swimming is really good for your joints and...
Yep. And then just,
things.
make sure that you use sunblock in the sun too, because again, that can just destroy your body. Number 7, bathe. You can actually take a cold bath or a cold shower during the summer. Maybe stay in there for half an hour to an hour.
As your water bill rises.
Well, no,
rises.
if you take a bath, though, you can take a cool bath and just kind of sit in there, and that can really help to regulate your temperature lower, so that you're not burning up. One caution with that is just don't, after your bath or shower, don't go directly into an extreme temperature right back outside or into an air-conditioned room. That can be really unhealthy.
Yeah, shocking to your body.
Yeah. And finally, number 8, get shady. Find some shade. If you have to be outside, try to get under a porch or a pergola,
trees,
umbrella, and trees definitely give a lot of shade. So if you just really enjoy the outdoors, try not to sit in the direct sun. I know to a lot of people suntanning is important, but it's also pretty dangerous. And you're going to keep yourself a lot cooler if you're in that shade. So hopefully you can keep cool this summer. I know we'll probably try a couple of these.
And stay hydrated.
Yep, make sure you're taking in your water and those electrolytes. Appreciate if you comment, subscribe, and like this video. I'm Tony.
And I'm Amanda.
We're the Whitesides.
Tony! Come on, Tony! I must be taking an hour-long shower.